Films and fermentation, movies and inebriation with films and fermentation, comedy mixed with tasty libation. Films and fermentation with Leo, Kevman, and Mike.
And hey, everybody, welcome to Films and Fermentation. It's a very special episode tonight because we are going back to our childhoods to talk about some of the most dramatic children's films of the 1980s. Tonight is episode 205, Childhood Trauma, the movie.
The movie.
Okay, I don't care that I'm admitting this on our podcast, but when I was a child, I could never watch The Wizard of Oz. And anytime the Wicked Witch would appear, I had to sit in the on the steps in the foyer because she scared me. But I outgrew that. You know, I became a man at the age of 17, and I said, I can't sit here anymore.
If we're going to do some admissions to some like embarrassing childhood fears, I was deathly afraid of Lou Ferrigno as the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, wow.
That scared me so much as a kid that I used to watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood all the time, and then one time he had the Incredible Hulk on as a guest, and I stopped watching it.
Oh,
because I was terrified.
They messed with his eyes though. His eyes were spooky looking.
Yeah, it was just Lou Ferrigno. He's creepy. In case you're wondering what you're listening to, folks, this is Films and Fermentation, a movie and alcohol podcast, #1 pop culture podcast on Good Pods. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
We're three friends who like to talk shit about movies while getting shit-faced, and we will be your psychologist on this journey through childhood trauma.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Welcome to Films and Fermentation, where our childhoods are shaped by the magical, the whimsical, and the deeply scarring. Today, we're diving into the twisted fever dreams that passed for kids' movies in the 1980s, because nothing says family fun like puppets with dead eyes and animated rabbits dying in slow motion. These films taught us important life lessons like how to fear swamps, trust no goblins, and that sometimes your stuffed animals might just be harboring existential dread. We laughed, we cried, we questioned the intentions of every adult who ever said, this one's great for kids. So pour yourself a nostalgic drink and prepare to relive the cinematic therapy you never asked for.
It was the 80s. They were all high on cocaine. They had no idea as to what would terrify children.
It's like the thing I was saying the other day about the movie Mad Libs.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk to Mike about that at the end of the show. I have an idea for a future episode involving Mad Libs. Don't forget to drop us an email, filmsandfermentation@gmail.com, or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation. Find all of our social media podcast links. You can watch us on the PodNation Media Network on Roku, where you can also find our friends, the Undiscovered Entrepreneur, the KJ&A podcast, and our good friend Cthulhu Jack, now on Roku. You can also subscribe to our newsletter at Substack. We are an independent podcast, which means we are listener supported, so please consider joining our Patreon for as little as $1 a month to receive members-only content. That's right, for a $1 donation, we'll mail you a fast pass to the Bog of Eternal Stench. Ooh. Go to Patreon. Go to patreon.com/filmsandfermentation or purchase our shit at teespring.com. You can also text us at 904-867-4466, but make sure you tell us who you are. What are we drinking tonight, gentlemen?
I'll go first.
Go first. You go first. Go ahead.
I am burying it up, my friends. I was hoping for something more themed like last week, but I got caught off guard. So I got two beers that are very nice. I'm going to start with the Cape May Brewing Company Cranberry Shandy called The Bog. Is a sweet tart and full of cranberry goodness. It is 3.9 percent alcohol by volume. And then polishing that off, this is the last Sam Adams Blueberry Lager from their summer variety pack, which is 5.5% alcohol by volume. And summer means it's Sam's season, bursting with bold blueberry aroma. This refreshing lager is your perfect cooler companion. So
Now, Kev, you said that one was called the Bog
the bog, yes.
of eternal stench.
of
The bog
Eternal.
of eternal stench.
He themed his beer.
You themed your beer, yeah. Mike, what are you drinking tonight?
I am going with my second of my Freedom Brews. I am drinking the American Lager, 5% alcohol by volume.
All right. Nice. All right. I have a theme drink for this evening. I have not tried it yet. I was waiting till we were live to try it out for the first time. So I went on ChatGPT and I decided to have the OpenAI help me find a drink for this evening.
You
So
are
I love
Yeah.
ChatGPT. So my request was I'm looking for a cocktail themed to our next episode, traumatic 80s children films. I'd like it to have a clever name and should include some or all of the following ingredients. And then I used like a bunch of things that I had that would make like a good mix. So it gave me this one drink. It is Maker's Mark whiskey, apple juice, lemon juice, and bitters that I put in a shaker, shake it up, pour it into my glass, and then add a little ginger ale on top for color. And it is a labyrinth themed drink called Bowie's Bulge.
You put any salt in it?
I didn't put any salt in it. I figured it's probably going to be strong enough because I was a little heavy handed with the whiskey. So we'll see. Here's
The true trauma of our childhood.
Here's the taste. The true trauma. The scariest thing we're going to talk about tonight is David Bowie's crotch.
Bowie's bulge tastes like ass. Oh,
It's aptly named because it tastes like sweaty balls.
yeah. So it tastes like ass.
It's strong, man. It's swamp. Actually, it's not that bad. It's a little bit on the bitter side, but other than that, it's not bad. I was a little heavy-handed with the whiskey. I could definitely taste that. All right, Mike.
This week in film history with Mike. This week in film history with Mike.
1928 test footage is first created for Walt Disney Steamboat Willie featuring Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
I think the only time I ever saw Steamboat Willie was when I went to like one of those like history of Disney attractions that they have there or something. It's probably the only time I've ever seen it.
And didn't Disney just lose their rights to Steamboat Willie last year or the year before?
I
So
don't
now
know.
he's
can't wait
open. He's open for because I know John Oliver has used him in his shows.
Oh wow.
In some interesting ways, yeah, because it's now what's the term?
It's
Open or
oh, it's not under copyright anymore, so it's like
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can't think of the term either, but
Mhm.
I'm just thinking. I just saw the trailer for Bambi: The Reckoning, which is the newest movie in the ruining your childhood universe. So I can't wait to see the Steamboat Willie horror movie. It's gonna be like the Mickey Mouse version of Cape Fear. What's the next one you got there, Mike?
1932 White Zombie, the first feature-length zombie film directed by Victor Halpern and starring Bela Lugosi, is released in the U.S.
I have not seen this, but I do believe it is the first time the word zombie was used in the title of a film.
Kidding.
Katie was asking me if I needed any more alcohol in my bulge.
That's what she said.
She said it doesn't smell tasty. What's the next one?
And Steamboat Willie did lose its copyright in January 1st, 2024.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we can make our own film then.
Mm-hmm.
That's next.
1951, Walt Disney releases animated musical film Alice in Wonderland featuring Catherine Beaumont, J. Patrick O'Malley, Ed Wynn, and Sterling Holloway, and songs by Sammy Fain and Bob Hillard.
This is wasn't this like one of the first films that they did where they did like the kind of the motion capture of a person? Like they filmed the actress. They kind of like filmed the actress and then like rotoscoped the animation over her. Yeah. I remember seeing a little something of that at Disney World too. Public domain, that's the term we were looking for there, Kev.
That's it.
Yep.
And they already have a horror movie.
Really? For Steamboat Willie?
Yep, came out in 2024, The Vanishing of S.S. Willie.
I really hope it's like Cape Fear and Mickey Mouse is like speaking in tongue.
Come out.
Woo! David Bowie's bulge is pretty strong. Mike, what's the next one you got there, sir?
In 1954, On the Waterfront, directed by
Elia
Kazan, and starring Marlon Brando and Ava Marie Saint, is released. Academy Award Best Picture 1955.
As well as Best Actor Marlon Brando and Best Actress Eva Marie Saint.
Could have been
somebody. Could have been a contender.
Instead of a nobody.
Which is what I am. Next one, sir.
1967, In the Heat of the Night, film directed by Norman Jewison, based on John Ball's novel of the same name, starring Sidney Poitier and Rod Stinger, premieres in New York. 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Actor for Singer in 1968.
They call me Mr. Tibbs. Next one's a really good one.
1992, Unforgiven, directed by Clint Eastwood and starring Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, and Morgan Freeman, premieres in Los Angeles. Academy Award Best Picture 1993.
Well, as Best Supporting Actor for Gene Hackman as Little Bill Daggett, which we talked about in our Best Western episode a few weeks ago.
Where they have great breakfasts in the morning.
Best Western, not the hotels. Next one, sir.
1999, The Sixth Sense, starring Bruce Willis, Toni Collette, and Haley Joel Osment, premieres.
Good movie.
I see dead people.
It was a good movie. It was, I mean,
great
its
twist.
Popularity has made it into a joke, but
the problem with it was like the twist was so amazing. And it was such a successful film, and it was, Shyamalan was being looked at as like the next big director after this movie, that he kind of like got carried away with I have to have a twist ending in my film.
Yeah.
To the point that it just started ruining his movies.
Yeah, it's tough when your first is your best, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like he did it, like Unbreakable was pretty good. And then he did Signs, which, first time I watched it, I really liked. But then, like, after, like, watching it a few times, you start to see all those plot holes. And then there was The Village, which another one I liked the first time I seen it. And then after watching it a few times, I'm like, a lot of plot holes in this one, too. And then I saw Lady in the Water, and I sold my stock. So,
you didn't hold on for, what was it, The Following? Or the
The Happening was next.
The Happening.
He did like redeem himself a little bit with Split, which is a really good movie, mostly because of McAvoy's performance in it. But he did. He shone bright, and like Icarus, he flew too close to the sun. We'll wait for Mike to finish yawning so he can do the next one.
You guys keep talking. I'm going to go sleep.
I told you I was trying to make it as painful as possible.
Apparently. When I start snoring, you're going to hear me. You won't be able to talk. 2001, The Princess Diaries, starring Anne Hathaway in her film debut, featuring Julie Andrews and directed by Gary Marshall, premieres in El Capitan Theater in Hollywood.
There is now a third Princess Diary film in the works.
Is there? I also heard
Mhm.
there's a second Devil Wears Prada in the works.
There is as well, yes. Speaking of masterpieces,
Yes, the true story of Kevin and Leo. 2004, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, starring Cal Penn and John Chow, is released.
You know, the White Castle that they were going to is off at 73. It's like
Yeah.
5 minutes from my house.
it's not far. It's in Murray Hill. Yeah, it's actually in
Which
Jersey.
should not have taken as long as the movie took to get there.
Well, they were so high, I didn't know where they were going. They had to end up on that farm with Chris Maloney and Malik Ackerman. Best part of that movie is when they go to the other guy's apartment, David Krumholtz and the guy from American Pie, and they're watching The Gift. And the only reason they're watching it is because they want to see Katie Holmes'
He
boobs.
was naked.
All right, so we're moving on to some beer news with Kevman.
Kevin's here, he's here for beer. He's got news, it's beer news with Kevin.
Gentlemen, I'm unfamiliar if you know of this next person I'm about to talk about.
Yeah.
He
I know both
was a
people.
football player. He's now a podcaster. He's also a partner in a brewery. Goes by the name of Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, I think we had some of his beer this weekend.
Yeah, we did. I forgot about that. However, Mr. Kelsey gets punched by Chuck Lytle over a beer. The Golden Garage is calling, and Jason Kelsey is answering. Garage Beer has officially dropped Brewmite 2, the larger-than-life sequel to the martial arts-inspired film saga. And this time, the stakes are higher, the fights are harder, and the challengers, absolutely legendary. NFL icon and garage beer owner Jason Kelsey returns to the screen, stepping back into his GI for a no-holds-barred battle that mixes absurd martial arts action with nostalgic grit and a surprising emotional arc. But he's not alone in this dojo. In the dojo this time, his brothers, Kansas City Chief superstar Travis Kelsey, makes his garage beer film debut, while UFC Hall of Famer Chuck Lytle, the Iceman, enters the ring as one of Jason's fiercest challengers yet. After filming part 1, the only thing I could think about was releasing part 2, Jason admitted in a press release sent to The Blast. Sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night, drenched in sweat and full GI, after splitting, full G. G? Sorry, there we go. After splitting the headboard with a Chateau Uchi, I knew that I had to get this thing out for the fans. Bringing Trav into the mix was awesome. We grew up doing ridiculous martial arts moves on each other, and honestly, this wasn't the first time one of us slapped the other. Filmed at a mysterious dojo tucked away in Miami, Florida, the new installment follows Jason's continued training under Chief Master Vilila, and his brotherhood from former Eagles teammate Bo Allen. Together, they face the absurd but deadly Brewmite, a sacred underground tournament where honor and ice-cold garage beer are the ultimate prizes. This time, though, the Golden Garage beer isn't the only thing on the line. With Travis joining the saga and Chuck Lytle standing in his way, Jason must fight harder than ever. And if that wasn't enough star power, the project also features Philly radio legend Joe Conklin, lending his voice, and WWE announcer Austin Romero dropping in as the official Brewmite hype man.
This is this makes Beer Fest sound like on the waterfront. I wasn't sure where the story was going to go when you started reading it. And I was like, he got punched by Chuck Liddell. And in my head, I'm like, if it was anybody other than Jason Kelsey, they would have been dead after a punch from Chuck Liddell.
But you'll still watch it, Leo.
I probably will. I have to watch Brewmite 1 first. Where
now
can we
According to
find
the
it?
film's official synopsis, after training under the watchful eye of Chief Master Villela and forming an unbreakable brotherhood with his once reluctant sensei and former Philadelphia Eagles teammate Bo Allen, Kelsey is ready to enter the Brewmite, the ancient, absurd, no-holds-barred tournament where cold beer and honor are the only things that matter. But this time the stakes are higher, the challengers are more skilled. In the final fight, it might just involve one of the most feared fighters of all time. The sequel will be released on Garage Beer's social on August 7th. So,
Was there a first film release? Because I just looked up Brewmite on IMDb, and the only one listed is Brewmite 2.
Let's see. The film isn't just about kicks, chops, and cold brews. It's also about fan fun, Garage Beers, rolling out trailers, behind-the-scenes content, and even limited edition merch to celebrate, including a retro-inspired VHS tape release rumored to have been handcrafted and duplicated beneath the dojo, though Garage Beer insists that it was totally made in a normal way, of course.
Bo Allen?
Leave this up the screen so you can look at this later.
Bo Allen?
We also score a tape of the official Philly release party, but it comes first come, first served. Details are dropping on Garage Beer's Instagram and X, where fans can also follow along the saga and see if Jason makes it through Brewmite alive, or if Chuck Liddell will crush his dreams for once and all. Garage Beer, growing light beer, nationwide, classic lime varieties, 95 calories, 3 carbs, 4% alcohol by volume, yada, yada, and yada. Okay, that's the end of it. That's as much as I want to read of it. There's more if you want to read it. I'm done.
Brewmite.
Next.
There's a trailer on YouTube. I'll be watching this later.
Miller Lite is giving away free water for its 50th anniversary. They're also doing a New Year's Eve style beer drop featuring a larger than life 6-pack. In celebration of the groundbreaking brand's 50th anniversary, Miller Lite will be giving away 50,000 free beers for a nationwide toast to the brew that made the advertising tagline, "Tastes great, less filling, famous." Wow, you're older than Miller Lite, Mike?
I mean, he's not older than Miller. Just Miller Lite.
Just Miller Lite. The celebration is taking place on Friday, August 1st, which is also International Beer Day.
When Mike was
Beer
born,
Day tomorrow, people.
When Mike was born, it was the first time anybody ever said, "Hey, it's Miller time."
The 50th anniversary is more than just a milestone for Miller Lite. It's a celebration of our fans and our 5 decades we've spent together enjoying Miller time. Ann Lagan, Vice President of Marketing in the Miller family of brands, said in the statement, those 21 and older can join the brand's 50K beer for 50-year celebration in person at one of the more than 450 participating bars nationwide, giving away Miller Lite, including 23 in Milwaukee area and other Wisconsin cities.
Hey, Kev?
Yeah.
You corned beef drinking motherfucker.
Happy anniversary. Here's a can of hot piss.
Molson Coors Milwaukee Brewery on West State Street, which produces Miller Lite, is hosting a New Year's Eve-esque beer dropping featuring a larger-than-life 6-pack, with each can representing a U.S. time zone. Starting on the East Coast, each can will drop at 4:50 p.m. local time, moving east to west. Fans can tune into the live stream at one of the participating bars or join from home on YouTube or Instagram. Country music star and Miller Lite superfan Luke Combs helped kick off the celebration on Instagram asking fans and other celebs to join in their virtual toast. Miller Lite is my go-to beer. Everyone knows that. Combs said in a statement, Miller Lite is giving away 50,000 beers coast to coast. Now that's how you celebrate.
It's Miller time.
It's Miller time. Miller Lite launched nationally in 1975, although its roots date back to 1972 when Milwaukee-based Miller Brewing Company purchased Meister Brew Light, a reduced-calorie brew made by Chicago-based Meister Brew. Miller tweaked the recipe and rebranded it Light Beer by Miller, then Miller Lite. The brand would go on to launch the All-Stars, which featured a collection of famous retired athletes dubbed the Miller Lite All-Stars, which who debated which of Miller Lite's attributes were more important, great taste or less filling. The All-Stars include Bob Uecker, the legendary Milwaukee Brewer radio broadcaster who died in January at the age of 90 after handling the team's play-by-play duties for 54 years. Just a bit outside. And that's the beer news, gentlemen.
All right. I have two quick announcements for movie updates, so I'm not going to bother playing my intro song because it's really not worth it for the little
movie updates with Leo.
First one is Wes Anderson's film The Phoenician Scheme is out of theaters and has premiered on Peacock this week. So when I get a chance to, I'm going to be watching that little Wes Anderson film because I didn't get a chance to see it in the theater. Mm-hmm. And the other announcement I have is that my favorite horror film of all time, Hellraiser, is now coming to gaming platforms. Hellraiser Revival, which is produced by Clive Barker's Studios, is coming to all gaming platforms. They haven't announced the release date yet, but they have announced that the game is closing in on finishing development. It's a first-person action horror survival game where you play as a character named Aiden who must use the puzzle box in order to help his girlfriend escape from the clutches of the hellscape of the labyrinth where Pinhead and the other Cenobites reside. So I know what game I'm getting when it comes out. I actually hope they have a mode where you can play as the Cenobites. Like torture people. All right, Mike, any must-try beer craft destinations for us before you fall asleep?
This one is a mix of a brewery and a coffee house.
I have a must-try. I have a craft destination for you guys. Richmond, Virginia, a craft beer powerhouse. Richmond has long been a haven for craft beer lovers, and nowhere is more evident than in Scott's Addition, a neighborhood jam-packed with some of the city's most beloved breweries. But the beer scene in Richmond, Virginia, extends far beyond those few blocks. From downtown to the suburbs, Richmond offers a diverse and exciting lineup of breweries that continue to push the boundaries of brewing. Standout names include Triple Crossing, known for its balanced and hop-forward beers, The Veil, a nationally celebrated innovator in hazy IPAs and experimental styles, The Answer, where East meets West, creative results in flavor-packed pours, and Tabble, which specializes in wild mixed fermentation beers with bold character. If you're looking for a great beer bar experience, Mekong is a must. Repeatedly ranked among the best beer bars in the country. Richmond's beer roots run deep. The city's love affair with brewing stretches back to over 150 years. It's even made history in 1935 as the first place where beer was sold in a can, a true milestone in beer packaging. With over 30 craft beers and counting, it's no surprise that VinePair named Richmond the number one beer destination in the world in 2018. Even the Wall Street Journal recognizes Richmond as home home to one of the region's fastest growing beer scenes. Quench your thirst in Virginia's capital and discover why Richmond continues to lead the way in America's craft beer.
Okay. We are going to take a quick break to hear some words from our network, Pod Nation
Okay,
Media, and then we'll be back with our main segment. Hey, movie lovers. This is Leo.
Mike,
And Kevin from Films and Fermentation.
If you love comedy, movies, and a good drink in hand, then you need to check out the Pod Nation Media Network.
it's home to a variety of amazing podcasts covering everything from pulp culture to history and, of course, movies like ours.
And the best part, Pod Nation Media Network is featured on Roku, so you can stream your favorite podcasts anytime.
Alongside Films and Fermentation, you'll find other fantastic shows like the KJ&A podcast, The Undiscovered Entrepreneur, Real Sharks, and so many more.
So grab a drink, press play, and join the fun with Pod Nation Media Network.
Because everything's better with a little comedy, movies, and booze.
Learn more by going to linktree.com/podnationpods. Thank you for hanging out with us and staying there during that quick break. We are back with our main segment tonight.
And our second beer.
Yeah, I am on probably my third serving of Bowie's Bulge,
Mhm.
and it's starting to hit me.
It's Bowie's balls punching you, bat you in the face.
Yeah, I've been getting slapped in the face by Bowie's Bulge all night. So, speaking of trauma, we're talking about dramatic 80s films, not just any 80s films, films that were labeled kids' films in the 80s. We're going to look at a list of some of our favorite traumatic films that we grew up watching, and we're going to rank them using the Childhood Damage Index, also known as the CDI. It's the 80s movie trauma ranking system. Each film gets a rank on a 1 to 5 scale of emotional scarring using the following categories. If the movie gets a 1, it's mildly disturbing, as in I had a weird dream once, but I went outside the next day anyway. If it gets a 2, it's emotionally unsettling, as in I asked my parents questions they were not ready to answer. If it gets a 3, that's nightmares for days, as in I definitely slept with the lights on for a week. If it gets a 4, psychological scar tissue, as in I've brought this up in therapy 20 years later. And if it gets a 5, that's the worst of them all. That's a core memory of doom, as in this movie lives rent-free in my trauma vault in my brain for perpetuity.
I do want to bring up real quick that these also were PG movies.
Yeah, most
before there was PG-13.
Yeah. And even when there was PG-13, like most people didn't understand PG-13, so it was like, oh, it's not R.
Yes, it's not R. Exactly.
All right, so our list is we have 26 movies on here, so we're just going to talk very quickly about the movie. I have a little one sentence sort of satirical synopses for each one. If there's anything else you want to add to it, feel free. And then we're going to give it our ranking. First one, a little film, came out in 1978. Now, this is supposed to be 80s films, but the reason I put this one on there is because this was a very popular VHS film in the 80s and was on cable all the time. So even though it's 1978, it feels like an 80s film. And it's an animated film, which is why parents showed it to their kids. They were like, hey, it's a cartoon. Who cares if a bunch of rabbits are getting murdered? And that movie is Watership Down. Here is our synopsis.
Bad.
Funny genocide in watercolor. A film that makes you question the fragility of life via rabbits. Anything
An Easter classic.
Yeah, it's just.
This one,
Go ahead, Mike.
I watched this one as a kid. I watched the remake as an adult. Both are, yeah.
I watched the remake. That came out a couple of years ago, and it was like I think it was a Netflix series.
Yeah.
And I watched it because John Boyega from Star Wars: Force Awakens and all that was one of the voices, and I thought, oh, this could be cool. It was pretty bad, but it was nowhere near as traumatizing as the one that came out in '78.
Another thing I did notice that in a lot of these movies, John Hurt did a lot of fucking voices for these movies.
Yeah. So, like I rewatched the original Watership Down after watching that Netflix series because I was like, that Netflix series is pretty bad, and I'm like, I remember it being pretty traumatic. I don't remember how bad it was, and I watched it and I was like, holy shit, this was, yeah.
I think you put it down as a 4 under your descriptions. I think it's more of a 5.
I didn't. That was from the. I didn't mean to put that on there. That was like me doing like the summary thing.
Yeah.
I like so it says core memory of doom, which would be the 5.
Yes, it's a 5.
So does it leave rent free in your head? I think I'm gonna give it a 5 too, core memory of doom, because we talk about it pretty often. We have brought this up numerous times.
Yeah, this is the movie you're bringing on those days where you really don't feel like teaching, but you have to have something educational on.
But you want to scar the kids.
Is it on your list of movies you can't put on?
You know what? I'd have to check under the animation unit whether Watership Down is one that we.
I'm wondering if that's when you'd have to send a letter home to the parents. We're going to be watching a film about bunny genocide. A lot of blood and fur. So I think that's a unanimous 5 for Watership.
Molly loves this movie.
Molly practices bunny homicide.
Well, it's even worse. It's bunny. It's genocide. It's bunny versus bunny. It's bunny on bunny violence.
It's a hate crime. All right. I think we're all in unanimous agreement on that one being a core memory of doom. That's a 5. Yeah. The next one on the list, another one we have talked about fairly often because it comes up in a lot of 80s conversations, especially about how fucked up 80s movies were.
It was in my films that time forgot.
It was one of your films that time forgot. Don Bluth film. It is 1982's The Secret of Nim. And the secret is that Nim is a mental hospital.
Mm-hmm. National Institute of Mental Health, I think.
That's right. It is an animated film, which is why it was shown to a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Here is our
on rats, and their rats gain intellect. They gain cognizance, and things just go downhill from there.
Here is just a little bit of what you have to look forward to in The Secret of Nim. Surgery performing rats, dark magic, and a wise owl that could fuel nightmares for a week. Mm-hmm. Somehow both beautiful and scarring in its animation.
Well, it was animated by former Disney animators. Was
this the movie that they pulled them all from to do?
Yeah, that's the one that they weren't allowed to do for Disney, and that's why it was left.
Yeah,
a lot of them left and went to do this for UA.
Was Don Bluth also Watership Down? Because it was a very a similar style, I feel.
We'll let you know in a moment.
I'm looking it up now. Known for Anastasia, Secret of Nim, Titan AE, All Dogs Go to Heaven. It does not say Watership Down. So that was probably a different studio.
Yep.
Both emotionally scarring.
Yes.
So we've talked about this extensively because Mike has done this as a film that time forgot.
I'm gonna rate this as a 3 just for the owl.
Really? I kind of felt like you would have made it a little higher. I was thinking maybe 4.
Well, I felt through rewatching it, 82, I was 8. I mean,
I don't think I saw this in 82 because I would have only been 5 years old.
the owl was what freaked me out. The rest of the movie didn't bother me because the kid, what the fuck do I know about mental health? But the owl freaked me out enough that I would definitely sleep the lights on because that owl.
Yeah. I don't know for a fact, but as somebody who has been in therapy, I may have brought it up in one of my therapy sessions. So I'm probably going to give it a 4. I don't know. I forgot most of the shit I've talked about in therapy. All right. So that is a 3 for Mike, 4 for me, and you said a 3.
I gave it a 3. Yeah.
So that is 2 Nightmare for Days and 1 Psychological Scar Tissue. The next one on our list, number 3. Return to Oz, 1985.
My wife
Electro-
loves this fucking movie.
Yeah, I know. It's so surprising that she likes this film. Electroshock therapy, desert that turns people into sand, a headless woman who collects faces. It's a kid's movie.
And the Wheelers are creepy
Wheelers
too.
are creepy too.
Yeah, the Wheelers, the sofa with a freaking
Who's head? It's the talking pumpkin that's supposed to be a good guy.
Mhm.
This movie is fucked. Just like the Queen alone, who like to replace her head, like that was just creepy enough. And it's so dark. It's such a darkly filmed movie. Like,
yeah,
it's nowhere near the Technicolor of the original Wizard of Oz.
This set Firuza Balk on the path that she was just had to follow, you know.
Destined to be in the craft.
Mm-hmm.
Destined to be in the island of Dr. Moreau.
Mm-hmm.
Destined to be in the Water Boy.
well, that's scary enough.
Return to Oz. I'm thinking
4.
That's a 4 for me. I had to think on that one.
Yeah, I'm it in my initial voting here. I had it as a 5. I don't know if it's that traumatizing to me, but I'll probably put it in that 4 Psychological Scar Tissue. If anything, just for the headless lady.
Yeah.
All right. Been waiting to talk about this one.
The never-ending
Story. The Never-Ending Story from 1984. You got the Mork, the Nothing, the existentialism of 10-year-olds trapped in an attic reading books. But mostly the scene where Artax voluntarily drowns himself in the swamp of sadness. Artax, no, Artax, no.
He went from Boxy from Battlestar Galactica to
trying to drag his horse out of the mud.
And then on top of it, you got the guy that sings "Tainted Love" doing the lead the song.
Never ending story. I don't know. The Nothing
You
was
do
also
have the
kind
luck
of
dragon.
fierce and
You have the luck dragon.
Yeah, but
You
the
do have the
Nothing
luck
was
dragon.
terrifying.
You do have the princess with no name. You do
The
have
Rock.
a lot of weird looking people with like 2 faces and
Large tortoise guy.
large tortoise man and the big rock guy, the rock eater.
Is the one that has the racing snail in it?
Good.
It's a racing snail. Yeah, the racing snail being ridden by Deep Roy.
Yeah.
I don't think this is that disturbing. I think the most disturbing thing is Artax's death.
I think it's more emotionally unsettling.
Yeah, I was going to go with a
Not
2.
ready for some of the questions that came from that movie.
Like what's happening to the horse, Daddy? I think
Why is there
emotionally unsettling. Number 2, yeah. I think the 2 most upsetting things are the horse and the wolf that is
Oh yeah.
Nothing.
dominion of the Nothing. Yeah, the Nothing is just a cloud, but the wolf was pretty scary. I'm going with a 2. Emotionally unsettling.
2.
Yeah, I feel like I've watched Neverending Story so many times that it's not. I don't think it's that bad. Which brings us to the Dark Crystal in 1982. You got the soul-sucking Skeksis.
Puppets were freaky.
Yeah,
I mean, this,
production. How bad can it be, right?
You got soul-sucking Skeksis, the uncanny puppet faces. It's like Lord of the Rings if Frodo had button eyes and unresolved trauma. You have the machine that sucks the souls out of the little.
Oh, you got that witch lady that's actually a good guy, but she scares the bejesus out of me every time.
the puppets were as disturbing to me as the ones from the Genesis video, Land of Confusion.
Oh yeah.
They were just that
bomb
freaky. Yeah.
Ooh. Now again, like Mike said, it's a Jim Henson production, so it's dark. It's a little creepy, but I don't think it's like super scary.
No.
I
Give it a 2.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm giving it a 1. I think it's mildly disturbing,
Mhm.
but I don't think it's
See
as
the
disturbing
series
as
that they put
some of
out
the
on
shit.
Netflix?
What's that?
Did you see the follow-up series they put out on Netflix?
I have not.
No.
Have you watched it?
No.
No.
I tried. I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly probably would have to rewatch Dark Crystal because it's been a while since I've seen it. But I from what I remember of it, I don't think it's that bad. I give it a 1. You guys gave it each a 2, so it's on a mild it's on the mild end of our scale.
Yeah, it is.
Next one, I didn't really think too badly of this. This was just on like one of the lists that I used to research this episode. It was All Dogs Go to Heaven from 1989. Cute title, but it does feature murder, hell, and gambling, and dog purgatory.
Mm.
I mean, if you're measuring by those equations, you could also put Pinocchio on there because of the Pleasure Island and
Pleasure
the kids
Island.
being transferred, transitioning into donkeys and
Get swallowed by the
being
whale.
eaten by a giant whale.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
think All Dogs Go to Heaven's a 1.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a 1.
It's a little unsettling if you're younger, but I mean, my little sister used to watch it all the time. She's a few years younger than me, so I don't think it's that bad.
I mentioned this to colleagues of mine today at lunch, and one of them said, "Well, what about The Land Before Time?" I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah."
I don't have that on here. I do have it on here. It's on here.
Oh, okay.
But that does have a pretty disturbing moment.
Yes.
So I think we're all in agreement that All Dogs Go to Heaven's like a 1.
Yeah.
The Brave Little Toaster, 1987. Abandoned appliances, electric nightmares, and the air conditioner scene, surprisingly devastating. And from what I can remember of this, it's just that scene, the death of the air conditioner.
I don't remember this movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I could actually be too disturbed of appliances dying.
Yeah. It's a surprisingly emotional scene. But that being said, like that's about the most traumatic the movie gets. So this is a 1. There's nothing bad about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to spend too much time on the 1s. I think we'll spend more time on the 4s and 5s because that's fun to talk about. The Black Cauldron, 1985, Disney's first PG movie.
And I love this movie.
Yeah, it's PG because of undead armies, child sacrifice. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
They got Gertie. You get these munchings and crunchings and
That's one of the best impressions I've ever heard him do.
I worked on that impression for years.
You worked on that the way I worked on my walking.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would call this one.
I'm gonna call it a 2.5.
2.5.
It's
Somewhere
almost
between unsettling and nightmares.
well, because the undead scenes can be very freaky.
Yeah, the villain's pretty freaky too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was also a pretty early film. 85. I would have been 7 or 8 when I saw this, so probably 2.
6.
And I was an 11, so
it's probably 2. Emotionally unsettling. Yeah. The Last Unicorn, 1982.
Can't say I've seen it.
no.
I saw it once, really long time ago. Bleak haunting tale about aging, regret, and magical extinction. It's called The Last Unicorn because it's obviously about a last unicorn, and the unicorn doesn't survive.
Didn't make it on the ark.
One unicorn does not survive. So
Well, I heard that. No. They had unicorns on the ark. Bad thing is they got 2 males. So.
Yeah, you can't breed when you're just poking each other in the ass with your horns. So, I don't know what to rank this one because it's been so long since I've seen it, and neither one of you guys have seen it.
No,
So
I'm abstaining.
I'm abstaining from ranking that one. So we'll go on to The Land Before Time, 1988. One of the most devastating animated mother deaths of all time, followed by relentless dinosaur sadness. This is like the 80s version of Bambi.
Yeah.
I'm
I
having
saw this in the
friends
theater.
for dinner.
Yeah.
I'm having friends for dinner.
I saw this in the theater with my little sister and my mom. My sister wanted to see it. We didn't think it was going to be anything. It's a cartoon about dinosaurs. And then this T-Rex comes out of nowhere and rips the back off of the mother's spine. Like, Jesus Christ.
Mm.
I'm going to give it a 2.
I'm giving it a 2 because I
giving it a
remember my
2.
sister being emotionally unsettled by this when we saw it in the theater.
I remember the toys and stuff that Pizza Hut was offering with them.
Plus, there's like 9,000 sequels.
Yeah.
All right. Number 11, 1982's E.T. the Extraterrestrial. That ripoff of Mac and Me. Heartwarming until E.T. goes full death pale corpse and traumatizes a generation.
I mean, yes, that portion was particularly scary, especially, you know what? It wasn't E.T. that scared me. It was the astronaut people walking through the house, you know, the government agents. Those were the true terrifying individuals in that movie.
I
They
agree.
didn't show their faces. They just showed them walking or silhouettes or whatever.
I would have gave this a 4 for psychological scar tissue, but thankfully Spielberg edited out the guns and put in walkie-talkies. So I'm going with a 1, mildly disturbing.
Yeah.
I think it's only a 1. Even with the damn guns.
Yeah, even with the gun. Like E.T.'s just, it's a classic. It does have these emotional moments. And yes, the scientists in the hazmat suits are pretty creepy.
But the ups and downs of that is what makes it a good movie.
Yeah. That's a 1. The Fox and the Hound, 1981. Best friends turned enemies because of the system. Devastating betrayal.
I'm a hound dog. Made me sad.
It's sad, but yeah, I'm still going with no more than a 2 on it.
Wait. Hold on. It's not
Kevin's
on
confusing
here.
it with the Lady and the Tramp.
No, it's not on here. I'm checking out the rest of the list.
What are we missing?
Fox and the Hound should be replaced with this one, Old Yeller.
Was that the 80s Old Yeller?
Oh, yeah, it's not in the 80s. Yeah,
Oh, you're right.
We're only doing the 80s, sir.
Sorry.
We'll save traumatic films from the 60s for another episode.
I must have watched it
1957 was Old Yeller. You're a little early.
Why'd they have to kill the dog, Mom? Why'd they have to kill the dog?
What the fuck are we talking about? Fox and the Hound.
Fox and the Hound. Yeah. Had to ask my mom some questions.
Yeah, 2. Emotionally unsettling. Yeah, I had to ask some questions about that. 1984, Gremlins. A Christmas movie where tiny monsters microwave people. Gizmo's cute, but everything else is therapy fodder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I think things grow. Didn't they pop off of his back?
Yes.
When he got wet? Yeah, I mean, man.
I think the most disturbing part of this film, because it was the thing that traumatized me when I saw it as a kid, was when Stripe jumps out of the water at the end after being melted by the sun.
Yeah.
And it's just like his skin melting off of his like gremlin bones like that. And we did a whole episode on the gremlin, so if you'd like to know more about it, you can hear our episode. I'm giving Gremlins a 3 based on my early recollections of it. Nightmares for Days.
Yeah.
Well, I could give
it. I'm actually leaning more towards 4. It was a horrifying Christmas movie.
A horrifying Christmas movie. The story about her dad.
Yeah. Oh my God. I forgot about Phoebe Cates' monologue.
and then you got a theater of gremlins going, "Ow!
I actually thought the gremlins weren't all that scary. It was more, stuff that was the scariest to me was the melting gremlin at the end and the stuff where they were popping off his back and when they transform into the gremlins and all that. So I'm giving it a 3.
I'm giving it a 4. Though.
I'm giving it a 4. So we got 2 4s and a 3. So 1 nightmare and 2 psychological scars. I've definitely brought up Nim in therapy more than I have the gremlins. So number 14, my wife told me to put on here, The Watcher in the Woods from 1980. I've never seen this film. It's a Disney ghost story. It's a live action film. It's not an animated one. I know nothing about this film. And I was going to try to watch it for this episode because it sounded interesting, but it is not available anywhere on streaming.
It's in the vault.
It has to be in the vault because it's not even on Disney Plus. And I'm like, wow.
Once Disney puts it in the vault, it's stuck in the vault for like ever.
It's ghosts, missing children, and weird time loops. Disney's creepiest attempt at horror light. I wish I could say anything about it, but I can't.
No.
I mainly put it on here because my wife requested it, but I can't really say anything about it. The next one we have here is The Witches, which is technically 1990, but it feels like an 80s film.
Yeah.
Counts because it dramatized us with its witch face peels, child smashing plotline, and the Raoul Dahl acid trip that it is based on. Ever seen The Witches, Mike?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Angelica Houston. Then they made her look horrible.
Yeah, like there's a scene where like all these witches are gathering. They have this big gathering, and at the gathering, she's like, "All right, you guys can take your disguises off," and they all start peeling their faces off, and they have these ugly witches' faces underneath them, and it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's I'm saying this is a 3, Nightmare for Days.
I'd say at least a 3. I think the thing that scared me, and it's very subtle, it's the story of the girl that disappears. And she ends up in the picture. And, the picture's around for years, and the girl gets older in the picture and older, and then eventually she's just not in the picture. It's like, that's horrible.
It's Raoul Dahl, man. He was not afraid to scare children. Something Wicked, This Way Comes, 1983.
Also a Disney film.
Also a Disney film. Terrifying carnival, whispering wind, deep metaphysical dread, and that's just the first 10 minutes.
I've been telling my wife we should watch this for Halloween because she's never seen it.
Yeah.
But I think I purposely miss it because I still have psychological scars. It scared the bejesus out of me as a kid.
Yeah, I think this is a 4. This is a 4 kind of movie. I haven't seen this one in a while either. I think I might have to bring this up at Halloween time.
Yeah.
Charlotte's Web, which came out in 1973, but was replayed endlessly on cable in the 80s.
And in school.
And in school. The spider dies quietly. We all cried.
Over.
It's a 1. It's mostly for the death of the spider at the end. I want to get to the next one because this is one of Kevin's films that time forgot. The Boy Who Could Fly, 1986.
I didn't find this dramatic. Not really. I thought the best part was Fred Savage getting revenge on the neighborhood bully by, he was loaded. He had his bike, his big wheel. That's it, big wheel, and he had marbles in his backpack that they all slipped on, and he had a special treat for the dog. And then it came down to the final boss bully and pulls out a water gun that I know I had, and he goes, "What are you gonna do? Hit me with water?" He goes, "It's not water in here." "What is it?" "Piss." And then shoots him in the face with it. And it's like, oh man. And this is the second movie where Fred Savage uses piss to play it. So I think it was on him.
Choice.
I still, even though this is one of your films that time forgot, it's still one that I have not seen, so I'm going to refrain from voting on it. Although from your description, it does sound like a 1.
It's a 1.
Yeah. 1.
Number 19, The Monster Squad from 1987, a film that we have also covered on this show in a Halloween episode last year. It had jokes, it had exploding treehouses, it had scary German guys, and it had a Dracula calling a little girl a bitch.
Is she a virgin?
Yeah, it had virgin sacrifices, it had Frankenstein, it had all the Universal monsters. We learned that Wolfman has nards, and that he's played by Napoleon Dynamite's uncle. I don't think this movie's that dramatic.
I would say it may give you, it could be a 2.
I'd say a 2.
I'd say a 2 because of the brief scene where you see the Holocaust tattoo on the scary German guy's arm.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I know something about monsters. I may have had to ask a question about that when I was a kid.
Questions.
I would have been 10 years old when this movie
think the mummy hooked onto the back of the car, unraveling.
Mm-hmm.
The car is driving away,
What does he call him? Calls him like toilet breath or something like that. Some really weird 80s kids insult.
Yeah.
Number 20, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, the Disney animated version. Played every Halloween, every year, and included decapitation and Ichabod's eternal screaming.
That's a 1.
It's a one.
It's a 1.
It's fine. You don't really see anything. I mean, the creepiest thing is because it's the Headless Horseman. It's nowhere near as creepy as fucking walking as the Headless Horseman.
That was fucking
1989, Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. Animated environmentalism with a villain made of toxic sludge. Tim Curry sings your nightmares into existence.
Oh, see, when I saw this, I was 15, 16. So, but if I was younger, I could see where it could be more than what I saw. Because Tim Curry was freaking freaky in that.
Yeah, it's the scariest part is the sludge monster that he plays, the toxic monster. Like, I was 12 when I saw this, so I didn't find it all that creepy, but I could see if you're younger, you know, how kind of could be kind of creepy. But I mean, all I remember the film really, because I haven't seen it in a while, is Robin Williams as the bat. As the goofy bat.
Doing the batty rap too.
Yeah.
It's batty.
I think
I'm a real fruit bat.
For me, it's mildly disturbing. I could see it being emotionally unsettling for somebody younger.
I can see it no more than a 2. Yeah.
Yeah. The Garbage Pail Kids movie.
The Garbage Pail Kids themselves start off as a 3.
Yeah.
A grotesque fever dream where deformed puppet children teach us nothing except that the trading cards should never become movies. It's the Garbage Pail Kids themselves are fucking psychological scar tissue. I'm pretty sure I brought them up in therapy.
Them by themselves a 3. You put them in a movie, that just brings it to a 4.
Yeah, it's psychological scar tissue for the design of the children. It's also when in terms of the plot of the film, if you want to call it that.
Wait, there was a what? A plot to the film?
Plot, yeah. It's about learning to work together. Number 23. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
The
1987.
That little shoe, man.
That shoe. That broke my heart. Breaks my heart every time I showed in class.
A wildly inappropriate cartoon noir hybrid that traumatized kids with melting tunes, sexy animated women in relationships with animated rabbits, and a realization that cartoons can die horribly. I saw this in the theater in 1987, 88, whenever it came out, with my little sister, with my dad, again, because we thought it was a kid's film. And boy, it is not a kid's movie at all. If anything, like I watch it now and I love it. It's like one of the best. It's one of the best noir movies, let alone live action animated combo movies ever made.
Please, Eddie.
Like Bob Hoskins is phenomenal in this movie.
God. Great.
It's funny when Nolan cries. There's a period where he's crying so long he just goes.
I've heard him do it. He did it at Mike's house the other day.
Yeah. Megan and I look at each other like,
yeah, he goes,
I don't want to be here.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
I think so. Like the death of the shoe is really traumatizing.
The death of the shoe and getting rolled over by a steamroller.
I was gonna say when he takes the eyes out and you see his real cartoon eyes and he becomes the creepy Judge Doom. Christopher Lloyd's pretty creepy in that film.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3. I was really disturbed when I saw this for the first time. And even though I'll watch it now and I don't care, but like it's that scene with the shoe is really just too much. It's way too much. The Hug a Bunch movie. I've never seen this. Katie my wife again asked me to put this on there. I looked up pictures of it, and man, the puppets in this film are so dead-eyed. The puppets themselves are creepy. Huggable puppets pull a child into a mirror dimension to stop death.
The puppets themselves probably give you a 3.
The puppets themselves are nightmare-inducing, and it's it's another like a movie based on like a toy. You know,
Right.
probably should have never been made, but yeah, having not seen it, I'm going to kind of refrain. Just the image of the puppets alone is like a 3.
Yeah.
The Christmas Toy, 1986. I don't have a funny description for this because I added this right before the show. But it's all about toys with existential dread. It's Toy Story with actual consequences.
Yes. Those get caught, they just die.
They just die if
cease
they
to
get caught.
exist.
So I mean, that's frightening right there.
Yeah.
That being said, this is a 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
This is a 1.
I still watch it. It's a Christmas
It's-
classic.
Yeah, it's a good Christmas hang.
Yeah. Goes right up there with Krampus and Batman.
You gotta add the
Violent
one
Night.
with David Harbour.
Violent Night.
It's so fucking brutal. The last one we got on our list for tonight, and I'm sure there's other ones that we missed, but these are like some of the more popular.
I have
ones.
one. I have one.
Okay, well, why don't we do yours and we'll save this one for last because I think this is my favorite.
I'm
one,
going
so.
to give you. It's not going to rate high on this, but Transformers the movie, The Death of Optimus Prime.
I was more disturbed. I was more disturbed by hearing Spike say the word shit. There was a lot of death in this film. Wasn't just
a lot of your favorite characters
They
die.
had to kill off the entire old line so they could introduce us to the new line.
Yeah.
So like,
And they changed Bumblebee.
yeah,
New toys.
yeah. Prime gets killed. Megatron gets turned into Galvatron. Starscream gets killed. Ironhide gets killed. Jazz gets killed. It's like all like the original toys, man, get killed so that you have to go out and buy Rodimus Prime and.
The only one that didn't really die was what was this? A Soundwave and all his little tapes.
Yeah. Little tapes. I think there was like, what was it? Bumblebee, I think was like the only Autobot that survived.
Yeah, but they changed it to Goldbug.
Yeah. And then the last one that we have is 1986 is Labyrinth, a movie starring Jennifer Connelly, David Bowie's ballsack. The movie about a baby abducted by a goblin king and being threatened to turn into a goblin unless his sister can rescue him in 13 hours by navigating her way through a labyrinth. The labyrinth has a bog of eternal stench and creepy little guys that tear their limbs off and toss them around. I don't know how to rank this one because honestly, the scariest thing in the movie is David Bowie's balls.
And that's why I'll give it a 2.
Nothing, tra la la.
Yeah.
What's wrong with his pants? Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Tra la la. You remind me of the babe. What babe? The babe. Power of voodoo. Who do you do? Remind me of the babe. So my baby. Trying hard. We got to do the anniversary of this movie in 2026.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm giving that a solid 2.
Yeah, I say emotionally unsettling because there are some like weird, creepy scenes in there. I would say
Like an old man going after a 15-year-old.
Yeah, there's that whole nut, little chest.
Delete the Epstein files. Sorry.
I'm giving a 4 to David Bowie's bulge. Especially after this drink that I've killed tonight.
Women were giving it a 10.
10 for damn. Let's see. So Watership Down, we gave a 4 to, or no, we gave a 5
Oh, yeah,
to that
that's
one.
the only 5
That's
we gave.
the only 5 was Watership Down. Number 2, Secret of NIMH, we gave mostly 4s. Oz, I think we gave mostly 4s. Never Ending Story, I think was mostly like 2s and 3s. And then it kind of got a little easier as we went through the list. I think it got a little bit better. And then ending with Labyrinth. So that was our list of traumatic films. I have a few little shout outs here. We have Go Mallory on Threads who agreed with Never Ending Story, and Tom Gannon on Threads who mentioned The Secret of NIMH, and Sad Boy on Reddit who mentioned our #1 film that we had there, Watership Down. So thank you for your shout outs. Mike, you have any beer history trivia for us this evening?
That's a beer history. The influence of ancient civilizations across continents, beer adapted to local tastes and available ingredients, reflecting the diversity of human culture and innovation. In East Asia, particularly China, rice-based fermentation methods gave rise to early beer-like beverages such as Hongji.
Bless you.
In Africa, yes, thank you. In Africa, indigenous brewing traditions developed using grains like sorghum, millet, and maize, staples well suited for the local environment. These regional variations highlight beer's remarkable flexibility and its deep integration into the community life. The Roman Empire played a pivotal role in beer expansion. Although Romans traditionally favored wine, they encountered beer through contact with Germanic tribes. Military campaigns and extensive trade networks helped introduce beer to new regions, fostering its acceptance and adaptations throughout Europe. Every time beer became an over time, beer became an in-
Integral?
Thank you. Integral. I know what it was. I was going to say it. Integral part of various European cultures, laying the foundation for its enduring legacy.
Bowie's bulge is making my eyes go blurry.
Your eyes are bulging.
My eyes are bulging. We do have a cinema quote of the week, which I have something to say about after you're done reading.
Acting is an expression. Acting is the expression of an erotic impulse. It's a bum's life. Quitting acting, that's the sign of maturity, said Marlon Brando.
I like how you quit that impression like right away. So my question is this. Does that explain why later in his life he just stopped memorizing lines and just had people feeding him to them on an earwig?
I'm not
Like
acting
Island of Dr.
anymore. I'm
Moreau.
reciting lines in front of a camera. Pay me.
Like Island of Dr. Moreau, where they were feeding him lines and it got crossed over with chatter from a police radio, so he started reading out the police report.
Jesus.
I'm
Let's
not
see.
in this movie. I was in the prequel to this. So pay me.
So going back to our drinks, as I just already said, Bowie's bulge. My drink this evening is making my eyes go blurry because I think I was a little heavy-handed with the Maker's Mark tonight, but otherwise it was pretty good. Kev, how are your beers?
Very good, thank you. Very, very,
Very
good.
good. Good little bog. And Mike, I know your beer was good.
Yeah, my Freedom Brew American Lager. Very, very good.
All right. So thank you for joining us tonight for episode 205, Childhood Trauma, the movie. We hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Don't forget, you can shoot us an email at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation. Find all of our social media podcast links. We will give you shout outs on the show as we did tonight if you write us some comments. You can watch us on the Pod Nation Media Network on Roku. You could also watch us on YouTube and Rumble, or subscribe to our Substack newsletter and text us at 904-867-4466. Please tell us who you are. Don't forget to stop by the crossroads between Pickled and Fermented next time around, episode 206. Next week, we're going to have a little bit of fun, I think. We're going to be doing a movie Mad Lib. So we are going to be looking at some plots that are based on different directing styles. We're going to fill in some blanks, and we're going to see how crazy the movie is that we have developed. So join us next week for Movie Mad Libs. In the meantime, I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
Mike.
This has been the Films and Fermentation Podcast. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.